Hello, welcome to the start of another reading vlog, actually Sunday, but since it's still Summerween and I edited my video for the week you just saw, I finished a book, and that is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendricks. I was not liking this. Not liking it. It was just not what I was expecting, but I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. So on Goodreads, I'm going to put it up to 5 stars. I really like this. And I think it's funny that I DNF'd it and decided to give it another chance. I've only done that a couple of times, but I really liked this one. So in my last vlog, I said that like there's a time jump and the like meat of the story doesn't happen until the time jump, and that is exactly what happened. So if you can get through 62% of like a slow moving pace, then you get to the nitty-gritty of it and it's really good. So 4.5 stars for this one. My 0.5 that I'm taking off is because it took so long. Actually, kind of not that there's a twist in this one, but it reminded me of Rock, Paper, Scissors because it was like so slow and then all of a sudden it's like so fast. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. But this was my first Grady Hendricks and I liked it. I also DNF'd the final girl, that final girl one. So I'm thinking about giving that one another try because maybe I'll like it. So, hi, welcome to the vlog. It's Summerween still. It's Monday. That's my laundry. I'm getting ready to fold it, I promise. I am having like not a great day. Please, someone who's gone through potty training, tell me that it eventually gets better because I'm about to lose my mind. Anyway, I am going to be listening to The Slasher, which is The Last Final Girl by Stephen Graham Jones. This is super short. I only have it on Scribd, which only goes to 2 times speed for me. I have tried to listen to it through the browser and it sounds wonky. So is that the same for anyone else? Like on my laptop, it's fine. Through my phone, it's distorted. So once again, yeah, but I'm not gonna, it's The Last Final Girl, Stephen Graham Jones, starting it now. I am on page 54 of The Last Final Girl. I just finished part 1 or act 1. I don't know what's happening. So this is told like you're watching a documentary, I think. It reads like a script, which is a little hard to get into. But I don't want to DNF 50 pages in. Like, it doesn't feel like a DNF. It just feels like this approach to the story is unique and not something that I would do. But I also don't really know what's happening because it is a script, and I can't really, when I read, I can't really see what's happening in my brain. I just like read the words. So this is difficult for me. So I will let you know what happens with this. So it's still Monday night. I'm still on sprints, but I did finish The Last Final Girl by Stephen Graham Jones, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. I did not think I was going to give it 3 stars. I thought I was going to give it less, but I ended up really enjoying it. Once you get into the writing style, you're basically reading a movie script, and it's really fast-paced and it's really short, and it took me a while for my brain to figure out what was going on. The fact that I was supposed to be like picturing this slasher movie was rough, but once I figured it out, I liked it a lot, and I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I liked it more than Stolen Tongues, but less than Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So hold on, let me go get my next book. Okay, so on Katrina's Sprints on Friday, we were talking about a book called The Clown Hunt, and Gabby and Monica read it and are really liking it, and of course I bought it because it was $1, and so I'm gonna start that now. I thought it would show me the cover, but of course it's not, so here's the cover, and I have 17% battery left on my Kindle, so, but we're only doing 27 more minutes in this sprint, so let's see how it goes. Oh my god, it worked. Okay. Here's the cover. It says, "Everyone fucking hates clowns." I read the prologue. Disgusting. He says, "Warning, this book contains extreme blood and gore." And that was only the prologue. So I don't want to say I'm liking it because it's so gross, but like also I'm liking it. So I don't know what this is about me as a person.
It is Tuesday. I almost said Wednesday. It feels like Wednesday. It is Tuesday. Last night on Sprints, I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I didn't vlog about it because I don't think it hit me until I was getting ready to go to bed, like when I was like by myself. So I just want to say to everyone who watches my videos and who has subscribed to me, especially this past year is really when my growth has happened. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for caring. I really appreciate it. I could cry, and I don't, you know, I'm not emotional, but like, so today I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to read, and it's 11:30. I have not read a damn thing. So Castleman, who? No. Rowan goes to bed in 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna eat. And then I'm gonna continue on the clown hunt. I read the prologue and it was nuts. And Monica was reading it like live on Sprints and was like, what in the fuck? That's how I want to feel. So let's do this. Once again, thank you for 1K. I am speechless. I can't say anything articulate about it. I'm just so thankful. So thank you. Okay, this is not book related, but while I was filming that other clip, someone drove into my driveway, and I was like, I don't know you, and then like immediately backed out. So I watched it on my doorbell camera to figure out what was going on. I got a package, and he didn't even get out. He just like threw it from the driver's seat. So 0 out of 10. Do not recommend that delivery. But let me show you what I got because it's important to me. One Direction, Take Me Home, their second album on vinyl. Listen, I ordered this back in February. I remember visiting my parents in Myrtle Beach and fucking got this, and they were like, yeah, it's gonna ship in March. It is July, but I got it, and I'm so excited, and I kind of don't want to take it out, but no, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna make the boys listen to it today. So that's it. 1K subscribers, One Direction. What else can we ask for, really? So I definitely forgot that I was doing this, but it's Tuesday night. I am sprinting with Lexi on my channel, and I'm 41% into All the Missing Girls by Miranda. I am liking this, not loving this. It is a mystery, but it is told backwards. So the very first chapter, Nicolette is going home to sell her dad's house. He has dementia and is in a home, and they don't need the house. But then it goes 15 days in the future, and another girl has gone missing, and now you're going back in time to the first day where she gets there to like figure out what's going on. Other than that, not much is happening. Also, I hate the audiobook, and I understand that's a personal preference, but I would prefer to like an audiobook, and I don't like this one. But I should hopefully finish this tomorrow. This is technically my book I'm supposed to read in the dark or at night. I'm reading it at night. Obviously, I'm not in the dark. Look at that. I'm not in the dark. So I'm cheating, but no one's going to tell me. You're not going to tell me. So I'm reading it at night, and it counts. Apparently, I'm the worst at remembering how to vlog. So last night I got to 50% of All the Missing Girls, and I'm really liking it. I'm still not liking the audiobook. There's nothing I could do about it. I could read it physically, but I'm too lazy to do that. So that's fine. I also got to 63% of the clown hunt last night. It's fine. I don't think it's as extreme as I was thinking, because it literally says, hey, this is extreme graphic horror, and I feel like it's fine. So like I can handle it, but I'm only 63% in, so we'll see. I'm hoping to finish it today, but like we'll see how that goes. I finished the clown hunt, and I'm going to give it 5 stars. I read something in this that will stay with me for the rest of my life, in like not a good way. It was absolutely vile, but that didn't take away from how much of a journey this was. I will say the writing nothing special, but the story was so fast-paced and like you couldn't look away even if you wanted to. So for enjoyment purposes only, it's a 5-star. I absolutely would please look at the trigger warnings for this before you go in. I don't do that, but if you need to do that, please God, I don't want to recommend this to you and then you be traumatized because of me personally. That's never what I want to do. So I am going to go back and read The Haunting of Ashburnhouse and hopefully finish it by tomorrow night. I don't know, it's not looking good.
I am sprinting again. I've sprinted all day today, but I am, oh, I forgot. 212 pages into The Haunting of Ashburnhouse, and I am liking it enough that I'm not going to DNF it, but it's still not my favorite thing that I've ever read ever in life. It's not creepy yet, and I have like 100 pages left, so I guess I wanted to be creeped out the whole time, and that's what I was expecting, but really it's been quite slow. So I'm hoping to get most of it done tonight, if not all of it done tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to focus on the audiobook of All the Missing Girls. So, and then Summerween is over tomorrow, so it went by really fast. I read a lot of books. I'm happy. I'm so happy I did another readathon after all these years. Hello. I somehow managed to finish this tonight before 10 o'clock, so that's great. But I'm only gonna give it 3 stars. I thought it was cheesy and cliche and slow and just fine. It was forgettable. I'm gonna sell it. I read it. It's a book that I read, but it's not a book that I loved. So yeah. It is Thursday. It's the last day of Summerween. Technically, I am almost done. I just have All the Missing Girls left. I'm driving to book club and that is at night. So I will be listening to it at night. So I will have completed all the prompts. However, since I am an overachiever, I have decided to also read Chopping Spree. This is part of the Rewind or Die series. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I have never read any of these before, but Rye from Rye's Reading Corner and Katrina from Katrina Brown have suggested these. I went with this one specifically because it is 64 pages, which I think I could probably get done today. So that is why I went with this one specifically. Otherwise, I would have probably gone with Cirque Berserk, but I would like to read that one later, just I don't think I can do it today. So that is the plan for today. I have sprints today on my channel and then book club tonight. So hoping to get done Chopping Spree and also All the Missing Girls, and then I would have completed 6 or 7 books for Summerween, so doing great. So I finished Chopping Spree, and I'm gonna give it 5 stars, even though the title has absolutely nothing to do with the book, but I think that's okay. I think the title and the cover are very misleading about what this book is actually about, but I ended up liking what the book was still about, so I'm gonna give it 3 stars because I'm kind of upset that it wasn't a slasher, but like kind of still okay that like what it was about, but like I just think it's kind of misleading. So that is book number 6 for Summerween. Tonight I'm going to finish All the Missing Girls and then I will be done Summerween. I finished All the Missing Girls on the last night of Summerween, so yay. I'm gonna give this 3 stars. I thought it was cool the way it was told backwards, but as far as being an original story, I don't think it was. So it was just okay. Like, I would definitely probably try one of her other books, but I'm not going to keep this book. So hold on, I'm gonna do a wrap up of Summerween. Okay, I read 7 books for Summerween, so let's talk about them. The first book that I read was Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. I ended up giving this 2.5 stars. This was my least favorite that I read, and yeah. The next book that I read, I listened to this audiobook, was The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendricks. I listened to the audiobook. This was Bonnie Turpin, who is my favorite, and I ended up giving this 4.5, but I gave it 5 on Goodreads. I really like this one. I did have some issues with it. It wasn't a perfect book,
but my enjoyment of the book is what made it 5 stars. So that's that. The next book that I listened to was The Last Final Girl by Stephen Graham Jones. I gave this 3 stars. I was trying to figure out what book I had read and could not think of this one. Very forgettable. I'm not going to keep this one. The next book that I read was The Clown Hunt. This was 5 stars for me personally. I do not feel comfortable recommending this book to anyone without you having to look at the trigger warnings for this. If you buy it on Kindle, there is like 2 pages of trigger warnings. So I would please read that. And when you buy it, it says an extreme horror with lots of gore. So I enjoyed it, but I don't think a lot of people would. The next book that I read was The Haunting of Ashburnhouse by Darcy Coates. I ended up giving this 3 stars. The first half of the book was so boring and Adrian was the dumbest. And then the second half of the book was just fine. For me, it felt a little cliched, and Lexi said that she writes cozy horror, which I get, but it just like did nothing for me. So 3 stars basically for myself. And then the next book that I read was Chopping Spree. And I ended up giving this 3 stars as well. I don't think that the title and the cover do anything for the book. I think if it was called something different, it might have made more sense. But I still ended up liking what it was about without getting spoilery. But I don't think the title is right. And last but not least was All the Missing Girls by Miranda. I gave this 3 stars. Definitely not the worst mystery thriller I've ever read, but definitely not the best. It was just like a middle of the road thriller. So these plus the 3 Kindle books that I read, 7 books for Summerween. My goal was 5. So to say I am impressed with myself would be an understatement, but I am ready to go back and read some romance for sure. No more killer clowns. So, all right, I will see you tomorrow.
I'm done Summerween. I feel great about myself. And now I'm going in a complete different direction with how I'm reading. And I am buddy reading Cafe Con Leche by Emery Lee with my friend Nellie. Everything that me and Nellie have buddy read together, we have agreed on, which is great. So I have an arc of this on my Kindle, but it is available on audiobook through Scribd. So I believe I'm going to start with the audiobook. There's 2 narrators, which is just like my dream come true. And I feel like I can get through it faster through audio. So I have a little me time right now because both of the kids are asleep. So I'm going to start the audiobook of that. And then can I finish it tonight? I don't want to get too far ahead of Nellie, but like I'm very excited to read it. So let's go.
It is still Friday. I have finished 4 chapters of Cafe Con Leche and I'm liking it so far. I really like that it's 2 narrators and 2 points of view, and basically they, like, both of these main characters work in their family's restaurants and they're both closing down, and that's as far as I've gotten. This clip is about going to a bookstore. I went to my local bookstore and forgot to vlog it, but I'm gonna show you what I got. So my bookstore was having a romance event yesterday, but I had book club and couldn't go, so I bought the books and had them sign them, which was really nice. So this is what I got. This is Can't Hide Love by Sheris Hodges. I know absolutely nothing about this, but I love to get this cover. Look, I know people don't like real people on the covers. It doesn't bother me, okay? So I'm really excited for this one, and that it's like, look how many books this author has. So I'm hoping that I like this and can buy more from this author, and it's personalized to me. So that was cool. This one I had already read, which was fine. They were trying to get this author's next book, which is publishing in August, but the publisher wouldn't allow it, which is so rude. But I liked this book enough that I went ahead and got this one. I'll probably get the next one, and that's Loveless and Fancy Ships. I actually read this one back in the beginning of the year when I was starting to get back into adult romance, and I really like this one. I'm excited for this author's next one, and even though I wasn't there, they personalized it to me, so thank you. And this is the last one, and this is probably the one I'm the most excited for, and this is Love, Chai, and Other Four-Letter Words. Look at this cover. Ugh, I'm obsessed with it. I know nothing about it. It doesn't even matter, but this is so nice. This says, Michelle, thank you for reading all my love. Oh my god. Cool. So then I hit 1K earlier this week. What day was that? Monday? Who knows? I don't know. But I celebrated by buying some books. And this is The Accidental Pinup by Danielle Jackson. It's a romance. I'm so excited for it. I just absolutely am in love with this cover. And I'm in love with everything this is. It's been getting really good reviews. I got denied for it on Galey, so I'm hoping that's really good. Then the next one is Just Like Home by Sarah Galey. Listen, this was 100% a cover buy, and I'm not ashamed to say it, so I'm hoping that this is good. I love this cover. And then, finally, I think I was talking about this book with mostly Rye from Rye's Reading Corner, and was just looking in the horror section at this bookstore, and I saw it. So I got it. Also, I had a $10 credit because I spend so much money at this bookstore. I got this book for $13, so that's Mary by Nat Cassidy. The woman who was ringing me up was like, I'm obsessed with this cover, and like would not stop talking about how cool this cover was, and I was like, I totally agree. And she was like, what genre is this? Is this fiction? Is this? I was like, it's horror. And she was like, you're buying all these romance novels and you're getting this horror book? And I was like, I contain multitudes. So I'm super excited for this. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. It is big, but I'm very excited for this. I love this cover. So that is my book haul. I'm not doing hauls anymore on my channel, but if I ever like have more than one book to talk about, I will do it this way. So look, all that romance, a thriller, and a horror. That's it. Hopefully I can finish Cafe Con Leche tonight. I finished Cafe Con Leche. I figured I was gonna figure it. I finished? Oh my god! I figured I was gonna finish it tonight because the audiobook at regular time speed was like 8 hours and I listened at 3 times speed, so I finished it. It's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I feel like 3.5 is too many, because then I would have to put it up to 4 stars on Goodreads. I don't think I can. But I'm going to give it 3 stars. There was nothing that wrong with it except for the YA parents, which is one of the many reasons I have moved away from YA is the parents. And I don't know if it's because I have become a parent, but I cannot stand literally any of the parents in YA. They all suck. I haven't found one book where they're The Hate You Give, maybe? The parents in The Hate You Give are good. That's it. Okay, I can list a few. A majority of the books in YA, the parents suck. And I think ever since I had become a parent, I cannot stand it. And that is one of the reasons I have moved away from reading YA. And the parents in Cafe Con Leche were not good for many reasons. Here's a couple. Both of these boys' parents own like restaurants, and both of them are closing down, and the parents like don't give a shit about their livelihood, and it's up to the children to come up with ideas about how to save their parents' shop, and that just doesn't seem realistic. I can suspend disbelief in a lot of things, but like the parents would probably be trying to figure out their livelihood, right? Okay. Second, homophobia. Listen, I understand that they're from different cultures, but you're talking to your son's friend who comes into your house and you're being a homophobe in front of their face? So I just don't really like YA anymore, even though for 3.5 years on Booktube it was my brand, and that's fine.
So I'm gonna give this 3 stars. I don't know how many stars Nellie is giving it. I don't even know if she's finished. I'm afraid to tell her that I finished in one day because that means we didn't really buddy read and I read it by myself. So I'm gonna go read something for the alphabet project. I'll see you tomorrow. I am going to be starting another buddy read with my friend Amanda. She has a great blog. I'm going to put it down below and please check it out. But I am rereading Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. If you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said Morgan Matson is my favorite author. Probably still my favorite YA author. Some of her newer things, I don't know. But I am thinking of getting the audiobook. It's an Audible exclusive, which is super annoying because I'm not really in the right brain for reading physically. So I'm thinking about just relaxing, chilling, and listening to the audiobook of this. So I'll probably just do the credit. That's so annoying. Okay, so I'm reading this. Hi. So I am, oh wait, I forgot. Okay, 40 pages into this, and I had to double check, but this came out in 2010. I actually thought it was 2012, but it was 2010, and it's so dated, like already. Isn't that crazy? Like I felt like 2010 was, anyway. So Amy and Roger are going across country from California to Connecticut because Amy is moving after her father's death. So she doesn't drive anymore, and Roger is taking her to Connecticut, and they don't really know each other. But like they get in the car and he's like, do you have GPS? And she's like, no, not in this car. And like, obviously we have GPS on our phones now. She also doesn't have a phone. So it's just like, it's stuff like that where I'm just like, wow, this would not be an issue. So they're using like paper printed out maps from like MapQuest. Does anyone remember MapQuest, right? So I just think like, I have not read this book since 2016, and it seems so dated even from then. It's like, it's very interesting. That is all. I have not read today. I edited 2 out of my 3 videos that are coming out. I have 4 videos coming out this week. This is one of them. So if you're watching this, thank you. But continue to see my face like all week is okay. I have not read today. I have to charge my phone and I have to do it in another room because the kids will take out my chart anyway. So I'm gonna put my phone down and I'm going to start reading Thank You for Listening Again by Julia Whalen. I got ahead of Amanda in Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, so I'm not gonna read it tonight. I'm gonna go back to it tomorrow night, but I should finish it tomorrow night. So I will let you know how far I get into Thank You for Listening today, and then I'm gonna end this vlog. Okay, so I'm reading this, and it's 2 audiobook narrators, and they're emailing back and forth, and they're like talking about their performance or whatever, and the one says, don't worry about your performance, people listen at 3 times speed. Just kidding, kind of. And I just feel so attacked right now because I listen to audiobooks at 3 times speed or higher, and I just think it's funny because I still do care about the performance and the voice, so I just feel like I'm getting called out personally by this book, and it's funny. Like, I'm really liking it. I think it's funny. Okay, so I made it 50% into Thank You for Listening, and I'm loving it. Like, it feels like it's going to be a 5-star. This, like, wait, what? It feels like it's going to be a 5-star, 50% in, so I'm hoping it can keep the momentum. Like, I'm reading it in front of Castman and the kids, and I'm, like, giggling, and Castman's like, and I'm like, stop, this is so funny. She's like corresponding with the other narrator for this book series, and I just think it's fucking funny. And I'm loving it, so that's good because I've already pre-ordered it. So can I? There's no way I can finish it tomorrow, but I will finish it soon. Also, this will be the end of the vlog. I feel like this is a very long vlog, so sorry. Tonight I'm starting Cold Tea by Miranda Zapata for Rise, like book club thing for her Patreon. I have tried one of Miranda Zapata's, I think it was the Wall of Winnipeg. I almost said the Wolf of Winnipeg. The Wall of Winnipeg. And it did not work for me. So I know like all of her books are known for being extremely slow burn. That is not my jam.
but I voted for Colty. So like, I'm very excited for it and also don't want to give up. So we'll see how this goes.